up, guys? Welcome back to my talk show. I'm your host, Saronka the Lioness, and this is part 3 of my Germany experience. Now, guys, I'm about to take you to a whole new level whereby I went to this amazing place. First of all, you wouldn't even believe they're actual castles, like in the world, like you see these things in movies, you see them in this in documentaries, but you actually seeing them. Come on, that was quite an experience for me. Now I went to this place called Ludwigsburg. Okay, so Ludwigsburg is in a place called Württemberg, Baden-Württemberg in Germany. Now this place is so magical, it's so beautiful, you guys. Let's just start from the fact that I only went to Ludwigsburg to see a castle. Now this castle, or is it a palace? Name it, whatever. This place is magical, guys. I mean, like it's like a fairy tale come true. So guys, I went into this beautiful palace, and apparently its original owner was called Eberhard, Duke of Württemberg. Okay, so Eberhard, I guess, was a very rich man because this castle is over 300 years old. It was constructed in the 1700s. Yes, 300 years ago, somebody had the money to construct a palace of over 456 rooms, and I don't even want to know what all those rooms are for. 456 rooms. Now, guys, once you enter, the first thing, once you enter, that there's like a crest there, of course, every royalty had a crest, people from royalty blood were given their own crest. You see the crest of Ludwigsburg Palace. The next thing, guys, you just enter, of course, it's right now, it's a bit modernized and everything. But the first thing you see a cafeteria there, and then you just enter, and then you guys, this is like this huge, I don't know, it's like a second entrance, from the gate. And you enter there, guys, you see a fountain, fountains with the statue of this guy, the Duke, and you're like, what? This is crazy. I mean, like, how? What all this for, And apparently, this guy, I mean, I even want to ask myself, how many wives did he have? How many kids did he have? And apparently, this was actually built to first be his summer home. I mean, like, he has other homes, but during the summer, he comes to Ludwigsburg. Now, I don't know, guys. I was just astonished. It was like entering a fairy tale, guys. I was just like, what? Where am I? I was so, carried away. Like you turn from this corner, and the palace runs all the way. Like it's got different wings, and you even wonder, like, how does somebody even keep up this place? Of course, back in the day, there were servants and everything. And of course, kings were being served. I mean, these royalty people were being served. And of course, now, of course, it's 300 years later. Of course, maybe they might be his descendants, but they cannot afford for the upkeep of this place. I mean, and even the value of the stuff in this place, man, even me, I wouldn't be safe. I was feeling like, what am I even doing here, man? Like, you feel like people have lived, So, the first thing, one of the things that I saw there, let me just not even go far. The gardens. The gardens in Ludwigsburg Palace is just amazing, you guys. I mean, it's just this kind of thing. You're like, who even takes care of all this? The gardens, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's exquisite. There are all kinds of flowers there. And I'm telling you guys, I was just astonished that something that old can be maintained 300 years later. That kind of holding on culture is just something remarkable. So, of course, then there are these guys who are in the Ludwigsburg Palace. They are walking all around. Apparently, there are people who are there to sort of like make you get more intertwined with the culture. So they're dressed in these old-timey outfits. They're dressed like royalty, or people who are going to the ball like 300 years ago. And I was like, what century did I just walk into? I'm like, what? I mean, like, I was just looking at them. Everything is so extra. Their hats, their dresses, they look so old-fashioned. And apparently, these guys are always here to greet tourists and to, like, give you guys the feel of how it used to be back in the day. I mean, that takes commitment, And of course, these people are getting paid. I hope. I didn't ask, of course. So, The next thing is, of course, you will get to notice there are fountains there. Of course, when you enter the Ludwigsburg Castle, there's so many chandeliers, there's so many rooms. Honestly, you cannot tour the Ludwigsburg Castle in just one day. Of course, you have to keep coming back. Of course, there's also another small train there outside that takes the tourists around. Now, guys, what I really want you guys to get a feel of is how big this place is. You know, I wish I'm gonna put an overview photo of this place, and you can see how much, you know, like this used to actually belong to someone. Like, it's all mine. I mean, I wonder how rich this guy was to build this thing, you know. And apparently back in the 1700s, you know, guys were not as, you know, posh as now. But where was he getting all these resources? I mean, I'm starting to think this Germany people have a lot of money than they show us, you know. So, guys, now we continue. Yeah, of course, now they have cultural things they put there, like events and festivals. I hear there's a pumpkin festival that usually is in Ludwigsburg. Of course, they have what else? Oh Lord, there's so much going on there, you know. Of course, and then if you want a tour guide, there's somebody who can make you tour. Of course, you have to pay something. And yeah, guys do photo shoots for their weddings. You go there, you take photos, and imagine, you know, like, looks like you got married in a castle and a palace, and everybody is like, whoa, you bought like that. I mean, I wish in my country here in Kenya we held on to culture like that. Like, we held on to stuff that existed so many years ago. I mean, how do they even make this thing stand? How well was it built to withstand all the world wars and all these things? You know, of course, you guys know the history of Germany. If you don't know the history of Germany, make sure you Google it. Trust me, guys. And right now, apparently, the palace is owned by the city of Baden-Württemberg. I mean, really? Like, how much money does these people cough out to maintain this? Because remember, guys, this is a huge place. It has to be cleaned. The grounds have to be kept clean. The dust, everything has to be preserved. There are paintings inside. I mean, guys, I hope that you guys are seeing the pictures that are running right now. I mean, I'm telling you guys, it's just a magical experience. It is something that you would actually think is out of a storybook. You know, like, these places actually exist. And one thing I would love about that is because now they have, and imagine it's open to everybody. It's open to everyone. That is just amazing. It's just magical, you know. And of course, let me talk about the cafe. They have a nice, cute little cafe there. I think I'll show you guys the menu here. And guys, I just had the most amazing pommes there. That is fries, of course, and white wine. We need some white wine. Yeah, so it was just an amazing experience. I mean, I felt like a princess. I felt like, wow, this it exists, you know? This is not something that you can just pinpoint and you just whatever. It actually exists. And trust me, guys, I respect the Germans so much for maintaining their culture, you know, maintaining their history, which is not an easy thing to do. I mean, I'm telling you guys, you know, whatever that country has been through, it's a lot. So for them to maintain all these things and imagine all these things. Okay, right now there's no monarchy, of course. There's all these monarchs, all these royalty things. Those things were abolished a long time ago, of course. No more kings, no more queens, no more dukes, no more duchesses. I don't know whether they still, but I don't think they because most of these monarchies were abolished a while back, but their legacies are still alive. That makes you want to think, do you even have a legacy to live in this world? You know, Lord, His Majesty or the Duke Edenhard of Württemberg, you know, the Duke of Württemberg. I'm sure wherever he is right now, I mean, your legacy, sir, on top. Guys, there are just so many things I want to talk about the Ludwigsburg Castle, but trust me, I'm just gonna run pictures, the pictures and videos, and you guys can take a huge tour around the castle. You see for yourself, and I hope one day, if you happen to be in Germany, make sure you try and visit that place and make sure you enjoy every magical moment. Right, guys, now let's talk about this small town I went to. It's small. It's a quiet town. It's really, really amazing. It's called Schwäbisch Gmünd. Now, Schwäbisch Gmünd. Oh, speaking of that, by the way, guys, hey, let me tell you, the Ludwigsburg Palace is called the Versailles of Swabia. You guys know about Versailles, right? Versailles is a very big palace in Paris, in France. You know, it's like paradise, you know? Yeah, so let's go back to Schwäbisch Gmünd. So I went to this beautiful town called Schwäbisch Gmünd. I'm going to repeat that again. Schwäbisch Gmünd. Okay, right. So guys, driving up to this town from where I was staying, it's around 40 minutes. It's just, it's a beautiful, beautiful ride. Of course, the German roads are clean. Of course, you have to keep to the speed limit. Kama kawaida, if you break, you know, no, don't break the law because, you know, there are blitzers all over. Blitzers are like cameras that watch you. Like, it's like big, you know, the government is, don't speed up, yeah? So, the first thing I noticed about Schwäbisch Gmünd, the population there looked more elderly. It looks like more elderly people stay there, and quiet. It's not as pumped up as Stuttgart. What I liked about it is the culture, the German culture, the German history in that town. I am telling you guys, I saw the most beautiful fountains, the most beautiful statues of Jesus. I saw so many beautiful stuff that have existed. There are so many monuments that have existed there for almost 1,000 years. Yes, I'm telling you guys, people were bawling. People were, there are monasteries there that have been there for over 500 years, guys, and I'm talking about 500 years. Huh? Okay. So guys, what is the most memorable thing about Schwäbisch Gmünd is they have this tiny little chairs that are orange all over they're like small couch, small sofas all over the city, and you can just sit down and just relax, you know, take your ice cream, you know, have your cigarette if you smoke, and you just chill there and have your lunch and everything, and they're all over the city. And yes, nobody is going to steal them. Yes, for those guys who are saying, oh yeah, they're so cute. They're very cute, by the way. Yeah, try that in Nairobi, they'll be gone. Yeah, so another thing I loved about the Schwäbisch Gmünd is there was a huge river that was so clean, guys. I'm telling you, this river, guys, did not have a single litter. I'm telling you, it's just, you know how something is well maintained. Hey guys, I just want you guys to take a look at this river. Do you see any garbage? Literally nothing. Yeah? If you look in here, you can literally see inside the water. Man, you got our Kenyan rivers to do any river amani sewage. I do not know what that shit is, but honestly, I don't even see any garbage. They clean it out. They make sure they preserve the river because in that river's water, I was even tempted to drink it because I could actually see at the bottom. And I was like, wow. I mean, how do these people do this? You know, how do they keep everything just so clean, man? I was so impressed by the lack of litter. That thing just super impressed me, man. And on that river, there was a small boat that was put there on display on the bank of the river. And I remember my friend told me that.
So, you know, there were 40 people on that boat.
40 people.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Can you imagine that?
Wow. How? Wow.
And people came from Somalia, Eritrea, Sudan, Nigeria, and Egypt.
Uh-huh.
A lot of kids, they say.
Uh-huh. That's the boat.
They started in Libya.
Uh-huh. Just to get a better life.
And they came on March 7, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
They came to the island of Lampedusa.
Lampedusa.
Belongs to Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Italian Coast Guard
intercepted them.
Intercepted and took the boat.
And
they brought it into the harbor of Lampedusa.
this boat brought a lot of people from Africa through, I think, Spain, or I don't know, Italy or somewhere, and Germany acquired that boat and put the history of that boat, because that boat had a lot of people that could have died if they were not rescued. And these are the people who are refugees who are trying to come out of Africa and go to Europe through the countries that are closer to Africa, you know, which is a very dangerous thing, guys. By the way, people suffer a lot to immigrate, especially if you're doing it illegally. It's very dangerous, especially when you go through the sea in such a small vessel. It's absolutely dangerous. But who are we to judge? Because hey, you know, people want a better life. Okay, so now, of course, I read the history of that boat. Of course, there were survivors and everything. And yeah, it holds a lot of significance, because you can see the struggle people go through, you know, just to want a better life. I mean, come on, you know. Anyways, moving on, there was like this huge building. I think it was a library or something. I don't remember. But I loved it. I loved it. It looked so unique. Like, I've never seen a building like that all my life. And apart from that building, of course, I was walking around, and there was this huge chest. It's like a human chest. Human chess size board, where they have the queen, the queens, and everything. And I just got there and I picked up the queen. Hey, I'm the queen. Yeah. So anyway, they had that, and it's for people to play. It was near a small park. And then I remember, of course, now let's go to the churches. Guys, I saw this huge church. It was so huge. I'm talking about huge church, man. And guess what? It's over 1,000 years old. Damn, you know, and it's strong, and people still worshiping them. You know, there are these old statues. I mean, that church is huge. Like, I look like a small termite next to it, you know. And you can see how much the love of religion of the Catholics in this town, you know, that was just so super impressive. I mean, I was like, what? You know, and then, you know, there were like these beautiful fountains. Of course, there was a monastery. There were other buildings there that were 1,000 years old. There are others with bullet holes that were from World War II. I'm like, you know, this town kept on standing strong even through everything else, guys. This town is so cultural. You know, they have a small town square there where there are so many different cafes. People are sitting outside enjoying the sun. People are minding their own business. Of course, I did notice there were a few more Africans there than I've seen in let's say even Stuttgart. There are a few more Africans there, and maybe because it's a quiet town, people like a quiet life. Of course, people who go to Schwäbisch Gmünd is to go and relax and maybe do retirement, because it's really on the low key. But me, I would have loved to live there, because the streets are beautiful shops, bakeries, everything is just like at a stone throw away. You know, you could just walk around the whole city. There's nowhere where there's soil maybe made at the park, but the streets have some nice, you know, some nice bricks, those modernized bricks all over the place. And some places the bricks are even older, like as old as the town. Of course, there are other monuments that are showing the history of people, you know, talking about, because of course that time I couldn't read German so much, but I could notice that they are honoring people who have lived a very long time ago. They have a wall where they have honored the people who died in the world wars from that town. So it is such a beautiful town. It's just to remember. So this is a memorial thing in this building that is stuck on the wall. These are the guys who died in World War II. Yeah, I can see, I think this is a woman's name. Bella Watchenmark. Hope I got that right. 1933 to 1945. 1945 is when it ended, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Something that you would actually think that maybe in the medieval days, it was just simpler times, you know. Me, I actually can't believe. Of course, I can't believe, you know, like such places exist. You know, you're like, wow, people can actually live in Europe and have a quiet life. You don't even have to go for the fast life, you know. If I was told to choose between Stuttgart and Schwäbisch Gmünd, I would choose Schwäbisch Gmünd, because I like a more quiet life. I don't like the vigorous stuff, you know, because, you know, I'm chill. Yeah, y'all don't believe me that I'm chill, but trust me, I am chill. Yeah. So guys, I'm just gonna run a lot of pictures, some pictures I took there. I have some videos of the churches. Of course, it's more than one church. Of the buildings, everything that I saw there, guys. Man, there was this beautiful park full of flowers. Guys are just chilling there. Actually, these flowers were lilies, not lilies or what? They were just beautiful, beautiful, different colors. Oh man, it was just beautiful, man. I mean. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave. You know, that town is one of the best places I went to in Germany. Honestly, I would want to go back there, you know. And of course, guys, you know, the most beautiful thing, one of my most beautiful experiences is because I actually enjoy to see old time stuff, you know, because you are like, you'd be astonished how long this thing has survived, you know. I mean, human beings maximum will live to 70, if you're lucky 80, if you're super lucky 90, and if you're in God's good books 100. These things have been there for 1,000 years, man, you know, and nothing is untouched. They don't really modify anything. They just keep it, they maintain it, and trust me, these things will still be there even after another 1,000 years. You see, this is why it's very important to maintain a country's history, a town's history, culture. You know, it shows your identity. It shows everything about you is actually original. You know, there's some originality in that, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this talk show and this little talk of mine. Guys, continue supporting Lioness Say So always, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the pictures from the pictures from the Versailles of Swabia, that is the Ludwigsburg Palace, and also enjoy photos from Schwäbisch Gmünd. Guys, from me, Sironka the Lioness, I love you guys so much. Continue to support Lioness Say So. Make sure you head on to Instagram. Follow me on my personal page, that is at Sironka Lioness. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, Lioness Say So, and go to Instagram and follow us at Lioness Empire Studios. And down there, there's Lioness Say So. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting this. And I love you guys. It's Libedish. Auf Wiedersehen. Cheers. And oh yes, guys, make sure you check out till the end of the video, because we're gonna be running more and more content from this particular talk. Guys, I had an amazing experience in Germany. I would definitely go back if God blesses me with the opportunity. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I've been Sironka the Lioness. Cheers.